When the floodwaters receded, humanity began again. Noah stepped into a reset world, a new Adam in a new creation. But just like the first, the garden story repeated itself. Noah planted a vineyard, drank its fruit, and ended up naked and exposed. What happened next has long invited speculation, but whatever Ham did, Noah discerned something deeper, something about character and legacy. And in his prophetic response, he didn't curse Ham, he cursed Ham's son. Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be to his brothers. Genesis 9:25. Why Canaan? This wasn't an arbitrary punishment. It was a forward-looking judgment, one that would shape the unfolding history of nations. Canaan's descendants would later become the peoples who filled the land that God promised to Abraham. They would build cultures steeped in idolatry, bloodshed, and sexual corruption. And one day, they would be driven out. But the prophecy didn't end there. Noah also spoke blessings. Blessed be Yahweh, the God of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the tents of Shem. Genesis 9:26-27. These weren't casual hopes, they were prophetic assignments. Shem would carry the covenant line, Abraham, Israel, the Messiah. Japheth would later be brought near, dwellers in Shem's tents. And Canaan would embody opposition, a people group whose moral rebellion would demand judgment when the time was right. This isn't about ethnicity, it's about covenantal roles. And when Israel entered the land centuries later, it wasn't a matter of national rivalry. It was the outworking of this ancient prophecy. The conquest of Canaan was not a random act of violence, it was targeted judgment against long-established corruption, foretold from the earliest post-flood days. Even so, mercy remained. Rahab was a Canaanite, and she was spared. She even joined the covenant family. So did the woman from Tyre, whose faith Jesus praised. The dividing line was never blood, it was allegiance. So this prophecy isn't just a footnote in Noah's story. It's the first sketch of a pattern that would shape redemptive history. Through Shem comes the covenant, through Japheth comes expansion, and through Canaan comes a confrontation, not eternal warfare, but a necessary reckoning that clears the way for promise to take root. It was never just about land, it was always about loyalty to Yahweh.